Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Today we got Royal Rumble 1997 pay-per-view review for you. This is episode 17 of the Attitude Era review series. We are going back for a few episodes and then we'll get right back on track back into 1999 after a trip back to 1997. So Royal Rumble 1997 was on January 19th, 1997, of course, from the Alamodome in San Antonio, Texas. 60,177 folks in attendance. So they have jam-packed the Alamodome. It's like Shawn Michaels coming home to the Alamodome in San Antonio, his hometown. He's challenging Sid for the title. Pretty good show overall, I'll say that right off the bat. Let's get right into the show, guys. Take some time and subscribe to the channel. At the end of the video, of course, I will discuss next episode. Which episode won the poll? Let's dive right into this, guys. So first off, we have, I think, 8 matches. We got 6 matches plus the Royal Rumble match, or including the Royal Rumble match. We have Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler, and Mr. McMahon on commentary for the Royal Rumble. First match of the night, Intercontinental title match. We have Triple H versus Goldust. I believe Triple H was the Intercontinental Champion here. Good back and forth match. Goldust works Hunter's leg for the majority of the match. And Goldust at one point uses a figure 4 leg lock. Goldust is using the stairs several times. And Triple H isn't with China just yet. He has Mr. Hughes in his corner. So we're a little bit before the DX days. Mr. Hughes tosses in the IC title into the ring. Goldust hits Goldust hits Triple H. Mr. Hughes pulls out Hunter, and Triple H hits the pedigree, retaining the IC title. Decent opener here. Pretty good opener, actually. Next up, we got a Bret Hart promo and then a Mankind promo. In between each match here, we're going, to some pre-tapes about guys, about their shot at the Royal Rumble match. So really cool. Second match of the night, we got the Nation of Domination, the leader Farouk, taking on Ahmed Johnson, who has coined himself the People's Champ around this time. Wow, where could that have gone? Pretty crazy to see that The Rock would be called the People's Champ just a year later, or a year and change later. Personally, I really wasn't a fan of Ahmed Johnson. Never really got the character, but this was a very quick match. Farouk would target the kidney area, as that was their story going in. This match ends in a DQ. There's tons of people at ringside. The Nation of Domination at this point in time was just massive. There's Crush here. There's Farouk. There's all these other people that it was just outrageous how many guys were out here. It wasn't the most well put together faction ever. as we would see heading into, you know, later 97, it would just remain the 4 or 5 guys in you know, Kama, Mark Henry, The Rock, D'Lo, and Farouk. That's the Nation everyone seems to remember. Not this, you know, massive amount of folks that resembled the NWOB team. Quick match. It ends in a DQ. The Nation members are running in the ring, beating down Farouk, or beating down Ahmed Johnson. Ahmed Johnson hits the Pearl River plunge through the French announce table. It's just kind of like a gut wrench power bomb, and later on they would just prop up a new table. They didn't even have announce tables just yet. They were just like regular tables. So it's a cool look to go back and watch some of these shows. Backstage, once again, to some more pre-tapes. We got interviews from Terry Funk. We got another promo from Farouk calling Ahmed Johnson Uncle Tom. So I found that pretty funny. Third match of the night. I actually really like this match. Vader versus The Undertaker. I never seen Vader versus The Undertaker many times, but I like what I seen here. Very quick match, but they got their story across fairly quickly in a very good match. Vader hits the power bomb and Taker pops right back up. Paul Bearer comes out, hits Undertaker with the urn. We see a Vader bomb for the 3 count. Vader wins the match here in very dominating fashion. Not many times you see Undertaker take the L, but it seems like Taker lost more at Royal Rumble and other pay-per-views, and he made up for it at the big WrestleManias. So after the match, Undertaker hits a choke slam on the referee and calls it a night. Backstage, once again, we see promos from Austin and the British Bulldog. So the roster in 97 is just incredible to go back and see how many Hall of Fame talents are on this roster. I mean, some of my favorite times here are from 1997. Got our morning coffee, guys. So, 4th match of the night. We got a 6-man tag here. Let me see who's in here. This was a kind of a talent exchange deal between Mexico and WWE going on at this point in time. So, guys from, I think, AAA or CMLL, whatever one it was, would come into WWE. And at the time, WCW has the cruiserweight division. Vince McMahon, I mean, the light heavyweight division wasn't around just yet. If it was in its infancy. And Vince McMahon had no idea how to counter it. So he came up with this, you know, talent exchange deal with the Mexicans. We got Fuerza Guerrero, Heavy Metal, and Jerry Estrada versus Pero Aguayo, El Canek, and Hector Garza. Decent match overall, but I mean, this match really seemed out of place on this show, and very little to no psychology. We seen a double stomp off the top rope for the win. The crowd really didn't get into this, but they did pop and cheer for the 3 count. WWE was really trying to catch up to WCW at this point in time. Like I mentioned, the cruiserweight division, they were really trying to play catch up at this time. That's pretty much how I can just explain it. 5th match of the night, the Royal Rumble match. Very, very good Royal Rumble match. I was actually pretty satisfied with this one. Going back, watching some of the Rumble anthology, just amazing. Not going to really run down through every entry, but I guess we could do it quick. So, 1st and 2nd, we got Crush and Ahmed Johnson, the Nation versus Ahmed Johnson once again. Third is the fake Razor. Fourth, Phineas Godwin. Stone Cold comes in at 5. 6 is Bart Gunn. 7, Jake. 8, British Bulldog. 9 is Perot. 10, the Sultan. 11, Mil Mascaras. 12 is Triple H. 13, Owen Hart. 14, Goldust. 15, Cybernetico. 16, Mark Miro. 17, Latin Lover. 18, Farouk. 19, Savio Vega. 20, Jesse James. 21, Bret Hart. 22, Jerry Lawler. 23, The Fake Diesel. 24, Terry Funk. 25, The Rock. 26, Mankind. 27, Flash Funk. 28, Vader. 29, Henry Godden. And 30, The Undertaker. So, in this Royal Rumble match, Ahmed Johnson pretty much eliminates himself before Austin comes in. And he chases Farouk to the back. So that's how Ahmed Johnson eliminates himself. Owen Hart is coming out with the Slammies. He dumps out the British Bulldog. And this is here where they mention their partnership with the AAA. So it was AAA. Mil Mascaras. Before Mark Miro comes to the ring, Mil Mascaras eliminates himself, but I really don't think he eliminated himself because he just goes to the top rope and hits like a flying crossbody out to the outside. But he goes through the ropes. He never went over the top rope. So, Farouk. Ahmed Johnson is back here with a 2x4 chasing Farouk down. And he eliminates Farouk. 21. When Bret Hart comes out to a huge reaction. And he is straight away slugging it out with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bret and Austin had an awesome match at Survivor Series back in 1996. And this will eventually lead up to their match at WrestleMania 13. So, pretty cool. Undertaker comes in at number 30. And he dumps out Mankind and Terry Funk. Kind of weird how Mankind and Terry Funk were kind of paired together throughout their time in WWE. Even in the Rumble 98, if we remember, Funk and Mankind, or Funk and Cactus, started the Rumble match itself. And Terry Funk here is Terry Funk. He's not Chainsaw Charlie yet. He's Terry Funk. So the final 4 here, we got Taker, Mankind, Funk, Foley, Austin, and Bret. Taker dumps out Funk and Mankind. And on the outside of the ring, Mankind and Terry Funk are getting into it. Bret eliminates Austin, but Austin runs back in. Bret eliminates the fake Diesel. Austin runs back in and dumps both Vader and The Undertaker out of the ring. That's like 7, almost 800 pounds with 2 arms, just eliminates Vader and Undertaker. That's incredible. Austin then goes back in, eliminates Bret Hart, winning his first of 3 Royal Rumbles. So pretty cool feat here. The referees were busy, occupied with Funk and Foley on the outside, while Bret eliminated Austin. So really cool moment here. The crowd actually popped pretty big for that. 6th match, main event time for the WWF Championship. Psycho Sid defends against the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, who apparently had the flu on this evening. Not sure if this was a storyline or if this was real, but it kind of seems like this is the era where Shawn Michaels is really making excuses from time to time. I believe shortly after this, he would lose his smile, dropping the WWF title. Psycho Sid would pick the title back up and go on to WrestleMania. But let's not jump ahead too far here. So we got a title match. The Walk to the Ring pre-match. Something that, I want to address this. That the Walk to the Ring before the match starts. You know, when guys are coming out of their locker room and you can see them walking down the hallways. That's something I'd really like to see these days. You know, it makes it feel like a big fight. You don't have to do it for every match, but that big title fight, you know, like how Goldberg, you always see Goldberg coming out of the locker room, coming into the arena. It gives you that, like you're backstage, you're into it. Really, really cool stuff. I always like that. So Sid comes to the ring. He's the champion. And right away, he's working a bear hug. Working that back of Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels counters, hits a flying forearm, hits the nip up, and the crowd is just loving Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels hits the elbow from the top rope. Hits Sweet Chin Music is actually blocked here. And HBK is dumped outside. Psycho Sid hits the powerbomb on the outside. And Psycho Sid goes, he grabs Jose Lothario and his son. Shawn Michaels tosses Sid back into the ring. And we get a good old breath bump here. So, going back to Survivor Series, Psycho Sid hit Lothario with a camera. Shawn Michaels now grabs the camera and hits Sid with the camera. So, Sid kicks out. Only a 2 count from the camera shot. Sweet Chin Music. 3 count. We got a new WWF champion. Great moment. Feel good moment. Shawn Michaels, it's his hometown. And, you know, he's celebrating with his friends and family afterwards. Pretty decent moment. They really built this thing for Shawn Michaels to be, you know, the hometown hero. So overall, very good show. I really enjoyed the Royal Rumble from '97. I would definitely recommend you guys check it out if you haven't already. Little preview for episode 18. I did put a poll up for WrestleMania 13. We had King of the Ring, One Night Only, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania. Majority of people voted for WrestleMania 13. This will be episode 18. During that video, I might put a poll up. If I don't, I'll just go in chronological order like I said before, guys. So let me know your thoughts on Rumble 1997, guys. Take some time. Subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you later. Peace.